Okay, thank you for your patience. We had a delayed start to take care of a logistical item, but here we are. So welcome to the town of Emmitsburg, July 17th, 2023 town meeting. At this time, I'll ask everyone to please silence their cell phone in respect to the decorum of the meeting. And now I'll ask that we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, future meetings include the Citizens Advisory Committee will meet on Tuesday, July 18th, 2023 at 7:30 p.m. That will occur here at the town office. The Planning Commission will meet on Monday, July 31st, 2023 at 7 p.m. here at the town office, and it will be on Zoom. The Board of Commissioners will meet again on Monday, August 21st, 2023 at 7 p.m. That will occur here at the town office, and also it will be available via Zoom. The Parks Community Meeting will occur on Tuesday, August 22nd, 2023 at 7:30 p.m. That will occur here at the town office. Any other meetings we need to hear about? Nope, hearing none, we move on. The minutes that we had intended to see tonight are being postponed until August 21st, as there's more preparation underway. At this time, we now turn to the commissioners for commissioner comments. Commissioner Bowman Pollitt. Not with us? No? Okay. Commissioner Ritz.
I'm sorry, I was here.
Oh, hey, here you are. Great.
I needed to be unmuted. I don't have very much since last week, other than once again, it looked like there was, from what my husband told me while I was in quarantine, a great turnout at the farmers market. So thank you to all the town staff who worked so hard to pull that off. And if you haven't stopped by yet, please make sure to do so.
Great, thank you. Commissioner Ritz, we turn to you, sir.
Hi, can you hear me okay?
Yes, perfectly.
Great. It's been a short week. Hope everybody had a great week. I have nothing else to add. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Davis.
Just want to thank staff for getting me hooked back into the meeting when I lost my signal from the beach last week. I appreciate that. I know it was a little bit of an effort. And I just want to clear something up that could have been a misconception with some of our staff. When it came to the conversation of time cards, by no means was anyone thinking that anyone is falsifying time cards or not doing time cards properly or things like that. We were just looking for a way to, if there's a way to streamline things and make things a little bit easier and try to help us in a deficit that we're in. So that had nothing to do with anybody doing anything wrong with their time cards. So just want to make sure the staff knows that. And that's all I got.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Sweeney.
I have nothing.
Great. Okay. Thank you, sir. At MML, I spoke with the State Highway Administration Secretary, and I asked about a traffic incident that seems to keep occurring by McDonald's on 140, heading toward the border, coming from Tawnytown, where people are making illegal U-turns to get back to Route 15 northbound because they're not seeing the sign, it seemed. So they sent a set of staffers out to investigate, and they found out that one sign was not in the best position, so they relocated that sign. And they also found out that one sign had not been posted. So a new sign is in place there. And as a result of that, hopefully we won't see more illegal U-turns. So thank you, Secretary. That was greatly appreciated. The NICA group will be hosting the Emmitsburg Enduro. This is their 4th year of doing it. They host the Monocacy Composite team hosts the Adams County Composite. This will occur on July 29th in the morning on the Purple Trail. The other item is, and this is super quick, for staff in the park near one of the pavilions, the sign was falling off a trash can. So I put it in the trash can between next to the trash can and the container wraparound. So it wasn't thrown out, but that's where it is if someone's looking for it. So just a quick heads up. And I turn now to you, Mr. Mayor, for your comments, sir.
Just one, Conrad Weaver made it cross country, 3,300 miles on a bike. His lifelong dream. I think they average 60 miles a day and sometimes 85. And He was welcomed at Fisman Hose downtown, and I think he's going on. Or is he going to go down there next week? Because is the Ocean City?
Yeah, well, he's stopping in Delaware tonight and he rides into Ocean City tomorrow at 3 o'clock. And I plan on being there to meet him. I'll sacrifice. So I'll head to the beach.
One for the team. Huh?
No, it's really special. He has a good film. He's put together PDS 9/11, and it's very. He's terrific. He's Army Award-winning resident, and that's all I have right now. Well, I'll get that later. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And now we turn to Mayor Emeritus in public comments, Mr. Hoover. Mr. Hoover, hit the button.
Got it. All right. Thank you. Jim Hoover, 706 West Main Street, Emmitsburg. So I know I'm probably a day late and dollar short, but apologize for that. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the new water increase. So somebody stopped me a couple weeks ago and just made a comment about it, maybe kind of look at it and rethink it, or maybe with my eyes, I don't know. So I just wanted to make a couple comments and then go from there. But so with the water increase, the 36% increase for the next 5 consecutive years, and understanding that's almost a 500% increase at the end of that 5-year period. About 480, 481%, whatever it is, for those that are on that fixed income, and they're going to be suffering. Their current bill is going to go up substantially, and then from after that, then there's a 3% for, I guess, perpetuity from thereafter, part of that ordinance. So I mean, the water's going to continue to go up and up and up and up, and I'm sure the sewer is going to follow that thereafter to some degree. But anyway, talking about the water with the rates, I mean, it's just, I don't know, outrageous is the right word maybe. But some of the things, it's just that that I've heard, a little bit, I've tried to stay out of town business a little bit for the last 10 or 12 years, but this one was just enough that I figured I'd come along. Also heard something about the, sorry, Tim, bike trails getting funded through the watershed money as well, which if that's true, then I don't think we should be doing that. That should be, if I'm wrong, then I apologize. But, I hear different things, and sometimes they're right, and sometimes they're not. I know our lowest rate, I know this is about the 36% is about our fixed rate for the lowest users. And it's just the lowest rate, if you remember, and some of you were here when we done it, the lowest rate is also the rate that we pay Mount St. Mary's for water. So we definitely don't want to increase that rate, because it only increased your town's cost. So which the $2.40, whatever it is now, was now for the per 1,000 gallon rate. That's what we pay Mount St. Mary's for water we use from there. We increased that rate per our contract we have with them. You still have another, I don't know, you got the 2043 or somewhere around there for that contract. And if we raise our lowest rate on the per 1,000, then we also increase our rate for our own cost. So it was always planned, not written, but planned, that we would never change that particular rate. And also seeing where, while we've seen this coming as a deficit being built up, but we did decrease our sewer and water tap fees to some extent. So to decrease the cost of the developer's cost to come to town and build houses or whatever he's building, but then to increase the residents upwards of, like I say, at the end of 5 year, almost 500%. It doesn't seem to go well. I mean, if we have a deficit, we shouldn't be reducing the rates for tap fees. It doesn't look like. And I know the tap fees are calculated by what it costs to provide service, new service. And I don't know if anybody's looked at for trying to collect money. Have we done any tree harvest recently over the last 10, 12 years? So there was money to be made there, because I know in the past years we've done tree harvest where we got a few $1,000, $20,000, $15,000, $20,000, $30,000. We got as much one year as $70,000, $80,000. And we've only done it a few times while I was here, but there's some funds to be, watershed money to be had in the tree harvest. And with 1,400 acres sitting up there, the plan was to kind of rotate around and find, plots, 20 acres, 30 acres, 5 acres, whatever it was, to provide some supplemental income. So really that's what I got. I mean, I'm really just concerned about, obviously the 36%. I mean, my water bill is probably going to be if I look at it today, my bill, water alone is $40, $41, I think mine was, something like that. That's the whole thing. I only had 10 or 12,000 gallons usage. I mean, in 5 years from now, that same cost is going to be roughly $200 going up and up and up. And other folks that, for me, I'm going to be able to make my water bill and my car payment if I have one. But some people are going to suffer on that. So I'm a little bit concerned about that in the future of those that are going to have that large increase continuous for 5 years and then a 3% perpetuity at this time. So like I say, I know you've all probably heard this, discussed this and what have you, but at the same time, I'd like for you to maybe rethink a little bit and at least reevaluate that ordinance, in a year or so. Well, I know it's an ordinance or whatever to do that. Of course, it can be amended with a vote. So that's what I have.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Hoover, for coming in.
You.
Okay, we now have signed up Wendy Brubaker and Justin Welto from Mount St. Mary's.
Good evening, Wendy Brubaker, Mount St. Mary's Orientation Office. Last year, the Orientation Office at Mount St. Mary's hosted the inaugural year of Party in the Park that we hosted in the E. Eugene Myers Park that is here. We welcomed our new students that were starting for the fall of 2022 to attend the event, and the main goal was to introduce the students to the Emmitsburg community by traveling to the park and having an evening of fun for them. The students had access to the pool. They played games with campus ministry, socialized over a picnic lunch that we brought with their fellow students, enjoyed music and friendly organized games with our Office of Campus Recreation. But they also participated in a community fair. The community fair was comprised of churches, businesses, and community organizations from the Emmitsburg and Thurmont areas. Students had a bingo card to stamp as they visited each organization with a chance to win raffle prizes. The groups gave out food samples, engaged in carnival games, and had giveaways. This gave students an opportunity to find businesses that they could patron or work or volunteer with. I personally experienced the student in my class working with the kombucha lady from Thurmont. And we also had students that were volunteering in the area, one of which of my students was helping with the fire department this past year. So we gave this opportunity to the students and we received really good positive feedback from them from the event. And over 330 new students attended the events. A lot of the positive feedback came from the involvement that we had in the community fair, where they got to interact with the community organizations and businesses. And we hope that everyone will be able to join us again this year. Justin, who is here with me today, he works for our office for the last 2 years. So he was here last year and he's a business major at Mount St. Mary's University. And he is going into project management. So he is our lead student that is assisting with this event. And I'm going to turn it over to him to talk about what this year's event pertains.
Hello, everyone. Again, as Wendy said, my name is Justin Welto. I'm also from the Mount St. Mary's University from the Orientation Office. So on Saturday, August 19th from 5 to 8 p.m., we have numerous exciting activities for our new students during the community fair. They will have a chance to meet new friends, go swim in a pool, play some outdoor games, which will include 3v3 basketball games or dodgeball, sponsored by our campus recreation department. We will provide them with food and ice cream, which we are in contact with Ripley's Believe It or Not ice cream to create a mountain-inspired flavor. The main attraction for this event will be tables for our community partners to inform our students of businesses near the Mount. We want to give you all a chance to participate in this amazing event. Not only will this start a conversation between you and our students, but also create a connection and make our community stronger together. We have flyers for you to take home today, and if you are joining us virtually, we will leave some in the office for you to pick up. If you have any questions, Wendy and I will stay after the end of this meeting to answer them. Thank you all for your time.
Great, thank you. Why don't we, if we have questions, why don't we ask the questions now so you guys aren't pinned down for another 9 hours, maybe,
Sure.
just in case. Do we have any questions for the representatives from the university at this time?
No, I just want to say a couple things. We did get a couple students help. We had one join our church for the choir, and he plays the drums for us from the orientation that day. And then we also had hopefully start a new Lions Club at the campus, on-campus Lions Club for the students. That hopefully that'll start this year also. We've been working with that too. Thanks for having it.
Okay.
And it's funny that you talk about your students that were in the fire department today. Two of those students that lived at the fire station started their new careers, one in Howard County Fire and one in Fairfax County Fire. They started to recruit school today. So that just goes to show that this all does work, and
Yes.
it's great. So they're both, I guess they're still alive. I haven't heard from them yet, but yeah. So thank you. Okay.
Very good. Okay, Commissioner Ritz or Commissioner Bowman Pollitt, any questions for the representatives from the university?
I do have one. I think what you're doing is fabulous, and I know last year was pretty successful. Do you have any gauge this year as far as if you have those same businesses returning to be to participate again, or are you kind of starting from scratch at this point?
So we did reach out to the businesses that did participate last year. So we do have a few responses coming in, but tomorrow or Wednesday, I believe, we're going to go out and talk to some more businesses, trying to get some more participation within our event. So we really want every kind of community, any kind of business to really connect with our students and being able to, talk with them. So any that you can think of, that would be great.
The only thing that came to mind is I know that there's a business alliance in Emmitsburg that has a distribution list of all the local businesses, and I'm not sure if if you're privy to that or not, but that might be a great venue for you to get a hold of if you don't have it already.
Yeah, we are in contact with them right now. So
Perfect. Good.
Commissioner, good news. Mr. Hagan's in the office in the meeting right now. So he's here gesturing, not wildly, but just making sure they know he's here to support them. So we have got that going for us. Commissioner Ritz, any questions for the representatives from your alma mater?
No questions. Just I thought it was a great idea last year, and I'm very happy that everything's continuing again this year. So thank you very much.
of course.
Thank you, sir. Great. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Now you're free.
I have something real quick for staff, and it might be too late, but I know I talked several months ago about us kind of using this event as a business fair for the community, maybe in the morning, say from 10 to 1 or 10 to 2. That way they'd already be set up, and then they could take a break and be ready for the evening for the students. It might be too late to try to put that together, but I think it's something that we should try to incorporate that and make that happen. It would help the businesses, be a double whammy for them. So, and if it is too late, which, I'm sure, but if we could put that on the burner for next year, that'd be great.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, all exposure is good exposure for sure. Okay, Mr. Mayor, anything? No? Okay, all right. So we've squared away our public comments, and now we turn to administrative business, where we have none. We have one item for our consent agenda. This is a proclamation making August 1st, 2023, the National Night Out for consideration. Return to staff.
You want me to read the proclamation?
I just thought you might want to give a framework for it, or Mary,
This
you
is
wanna read it,
the
or-
national night out that the town always hosts. It's not the big one this year, so we will have representatives of the sheriff's office and the fire department. Ms. King can elaborate a little bit more. She's been working on this event. If anybody needs more information, wants to come out, wants to set up a booth, please contact her.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Mayor, do you want to? Oh, geez. Okay, all right. I will read this therefore. Proclamation, National Night Out, Tuesday, August 1st, 2023, Eugene Myers Community Park, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Whereas the National Association of Town Watch, NATW, sponsors a national community building campaign on the first Tuesday in August each year entitled National Night Out, and whereas National Night Out has been an annual event in the town of Emmitsburg for the past 5 years, and whereas the National Night Out event provides an opportunity for neighbors in the town of Emmitsburg to join over 38 million people in over 16,000 communities from all 50 states, U.S. territories, Canadian cities, and military bases worldwide. And whereas National Night Out is an annual community building campaign that promotes police, community partnerships, and neighborhood camaraderie to make our neighborhoods safer, more caring places to live. And whereas it is essential that all neighbors of the town of Emmitsburg come together with police and work together to build a safer, more caring community. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the mayor and council of the town of Emmitsburg, Maryland do hereby proclaim Tuesday, August 1st, 2023, National Night Out in Emmitsburg, and do hereby call upon all citizens, neighbors, community agencies, and businesses to join the Frederick County Sheriff's Office and National Association of Town Watch in support for National Night Out in E. Eugene Myers Community Park. Adopted this 17th day of July 2023, pending our vote. Is there a motion to accept the proclamation?
So moved.
Is there a second for Commissioner Sweeney's motion?
Second.
Thank you. Motion's been made by Commissioner Sweeney. It's been seconded by Commissioner Davis. Is there any further discussion? Oh, wait, it's consent. Forgive me. All in favor, please say aye.
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 Very good. The motion carries 5-0 with all commissioners voting. Terrific. Okay. And staff, there's a modest modification in the date, but other than that, we're set. Okay, now we move forward. We don't have a treasurer's report. We don't hear from the planning commission tonight, our usual framework. So we turn to our first agenda item. We will hold a public hearing and then have consideration of ordinance 2023-08, which would amend section 17.42 floodplain management to meet FEMA standards. Adoption of this amendment, this is part A, adoption of this amendment is mandatory and would allow the town to continue to participate in the National Flood Insurance Program and be eligible for disaster relief. Okay, staff, we turn to you at this point.
Hi, so the planning commission has recommended approval of some changes to the current floodplain ordinance. And these changes will basically bring the current ordinance up to FEMA standards. It is important that the town adopts this measure so that it can continue to be part of the National Flood Insurance Program. The intent of this NFIP program is to reduce future flood damage through community floodplain management ordinance and provide protection for property owners against potential losses through an insurance mechanism that requires a premium to be paid for protection. So basically, a community sets floodplain management regulations that reduce future flood risks, and in return, the federal government allows them to participate in the flood insurance program. So these measures have to apply to special flood hazard areas, and they must meet or exceed the criteria established in accordance with Title 44 CFR Part 60 criteria for land management and use. Do you want to go to the first slide? So I just wanted to give you a snapshot of the special flood hazard areas in Emmitsburg. Basically, it's the blue and the, I mean, it's kind of hard to see, and the striped pattern of red and blue. And can you just see Vine?
Is there a way that we can see the screen if we're virtual? Thank you.
Can you turn the camera on the screen? She got it. Okay.
Yep, it's good. Thank you.
So like I said, it's the light blue and the striped pattern of light blue and pink that are considered the special flood hazard areas within Emmitsburg, basically along Flat Run. So I just wanted to give you a snapshot of that. And the changes made to the town's ordinance include links to elevation and flood proofing certificate forms, which are components of applications for new construction in the flood hazard areas, and some provisions that prohibit basement floors below grade in flood hazard areas for both residential and non-residential structures, and also some provision prohibiting variances for accessory structures over 600 square feet in flood hazard areas. The changes have been approved by the Office of the FEMA State Coordinator. And as I mentioned before, the town needs to update its ordinance to continue participating in the NFIP program and be eligible for disaster relief funds. And we also have Matt Smith from MD CAP coordinator. He's here to answer any questions. Can you hear us?
Is it
Yes,
Mr.
I'm here. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Yep. All right. So, sorry about that. I just got caught in a thunderstorm on a lake, and I'm not going to turn my camera on because I'm drenched. So, but my name is Matt Smith. I'm the acting CAP coordinator for Maryland Department of Environment as part of the NFIP, the state NFIP program, and I'm happy to answer any questions. The ordinance update is mandated by FEMA because Frederick County and all of its municipalities and towns are getting new maps that are going to be effective August 1st. And that is what has predicated the update to the ordinance for your community.
Board members, do we have any questions for Mr. Smith regarding the new language and the new, I guess, expansion of the floodplain? No? Okay. I have a question. I don't know if this is for staff or for you, Mr. Smith, but I'm looking at how we've amended this, and I'm looking at how we've added the FEMA website document. And does that mean if they modify the document, we need to update our document, our ordinance? Or like, I'm thinking like of a Google Doc where it's a shared document, and therefore if someone adds information, it goes to the doc and everybody has access to that modified document. And I don't know if that's what this is.
Oh, I guess if the URL changes, then we would have to update it. Otherwise, we don't.
Okay, so we're
Yeah.
set then. Okay, so this is locked in. It seems that was terrific. Okay.
Mr. President.
Mr. Ritz.
Yeah, I was going to touch on that too. It's not a huge concern of mine, but I did notice there were edits to the prior hyperlinks. Obviously they're updated now, the live current link. So do we really need to put those in there? Like, how often are we checking to see if they change? You know, it's been a while. How often do we revise this document?
The ordinance only gets updated when there's whenever the community wants to do it, but whenever new maps come out, I think the last map update, Najila, correct me if I'm wrong, I think was in 07.
Yeah.
And you know, if there's a substantial LOMAR letter of map revision for the community, you can update the ordinance at that time, or you can update it anytime you see fit. This is the only time that it's actually mandated that you update the ordinance. If something changes in your community, if you want to adopt higher standards, if you want to change something, you're free to do that, and the state NFIP office will help you go through that process. But the hyperlinks within the ordinance, they've been updated, but chances are before the map update comes out, those will probably change again. Case in point, the new elevation certificate, FEMA just released it, I think last Friday. And now they're going to be offering training on the new elevation certificate. And so that link that is in your ordinance now, if that elevation certificate is in there, I can't recall, it's not in front of me right now, would, may be outdated, or it may jump to the new one. I'm not sure about that. Like I said, that just happened, even though FEMA has been telling us for a year that it's coming.
Okay, but for our purposes, for the here and the now, Mr. Ritz, are we okay with this?
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that. I didn't know if it was a necessity that the hyperlink be embedded within the ordinance itself, or if that's just something that could be routinely updated on our website. I'm okay with it either way. I just I'm looking to make less work for everybody.
Yeah,
all around.
To tag on to that too, I mean, if I can provide Najila with all the updated floodplain management links to certain FEMA documents and other, hyperlinks for the new elevation certificate, the new flood proofing certificate, and other anything. If you guys want to add additional floodplain management material to your website, I'd be happy to help work with her to get those type of items added to the website.
I'm sure that would be appreciated. Thank you very much, Mr. Smith. So again, I just want to reiterate to everybody that this isn't going to hold me up tonight. I'm not going to vote no because of some hyperlinks in the document. It's just a suggestion on my part.
Okay, thank you, sir. Any other questions? None? Okay, so therefore we'll turn to a commissioner who would be willing to make a motion. Oh, sorry, we have to go to the format for a public hearing
public
now.
hearing.
Forgive me, we've had a preliminary discussion. Oh my goodness. Okay, so board members, I turn to you again for a different motion. I'm looking for a motion to end the regular meeting and start a public hearing. Once the motion is made and seconded, I will ask if there's any further discussion on the motion. Then at that time, we will move forward. So is there a motion to close the regular meeting?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second for Commissioner Davis's motion to to end the regular meeting and start a public hearing?
Second.
Okay, so a motion was made by Commissioner Davis. It was seconded by Commissioner Bowman Pollitt. Is there any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Hey,
Aye.
The motion carries 5-0 with all commissioners voting. Okay. We are now calling for the hearing. Here we go. The meeting to consider ordinance 2023-08, which would amend section 17.42 floodplain management to meet FEMA standards. We are now beginning this. Staff, we turn to you again.
Sorry, I basically said everything I wanted to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, do you need to repeat anything from the earlier presentation about what we've seen in the map?
I don't think so.
Okay, all right. So commissioners, are there any questions related to the map now that we are formally in the regular hearing? Okay, we have no questions coming forward. All right, so now we turn to public comment. We don't have anybody signed up for this at this time, so we move on. We will close public comment. All right. If no one has anything more to present, maybe? Okay, the public comment period is now closed. We move forward. Board, any further discussion related to this item? Sounds like that's a definite no. We press forward. Okay, is there a motion to end the public hearing and restart the regular meeting?
So moved.
Thank you. Mr. Ritz, can I count you as a second?
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir. Motion was made by Commissioner Davis, seconded by Commissioner Ritz. Thank you both. All right. Is there any further discussion on the motion? All right, hearing none. All in favor, please say aye.
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 The motion carries 5-0 with all commissioners voting. Okay, now we are in a position to accept the ordinance and it is to adopt ordinance 2023-08, which would amend section 17.42 floodplain management to meet FEMA standards. Is there a motion related to that?
I so move.
Thank you. Is there a second for Commissioner Sweeney's motion?
Second.
Thank you. Motion's been made by Commissioner Sweeney. It's been seconded by Commissioner Davis. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
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 The motion carries 5-0 with all commissioners voting. Thank you. So for clarification, I should have said this at the start of the meeting. Present in the room are Commissioners Davis, Sweeney, and O'Donnell. Attending and participating in the meeting via Zoom are Commissioners Ritz and Commissioner Bowman Pollitt. Thank you. And the mayor is here with us also. Okay, so now we turn to our next item, staff. Agenda listing. Do we need anything to be modified from our
Yeah, I
last?
have just two things to add to the agenda that was already set at the last meeting.
Okay.
I have two consent agenda items. They're both reappointments to the Citizens Advisory Committee. So for consideration, reappointment of Wayne Slaughter to the Citizens Advisory Committee with a term of September 11th, 2023 to September 11th, 2025. And second item will be for consideration reappointment of Sandy Slaughter to the Citizens Advisory Committee with a term of September 11th, 2023 to September 11th of 2025. Yes, please.
Is there a motion from the board to accept the modified agenda for the August 21st? Sorry, is there a motion from the board to accept the modified agenda for the August 21st, 2023 town meeting?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second for Commissioner Bowman Pollitt's motion?
Second.
Thank you. Motion's been made by Commissioner Bowman Pollitt. It's been seconded by Commissioner Sweeney. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
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 The motion carries 5-0 with all commissioners voting. Okay, staff, any other items that we need to discuss or present tonight?
No.
Terrific. Okay. Is there a motion to close the meeting?
So moved.
Thank you. Motion's been made by Commissioner Ritz, seconded by Commissioner Sweeney. There, sorry, I had to. All right. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The motion carries 5-0 with all commissioners voting. Thank you. Good night. Meeting ends at 7:38 p.m.